Still check-in from home, you guys. Now you're gonna be really surprised why we are still here and why we are not vlogging from Paris. We are not exactly sure if that large-scale IT crash that has happened a few days ago has something to do with that, but we arrived to the airport. It was pretty chaotic. Even putting the luggage in took like forever. Leia was already super annoyed. It was so hot, we were dripping water, like sweating. We're like, okay, we made it. We gave in the luggage. And then there was a delay, so we thought like, okay, let's use the opportunity and eat. And whilst being in this lounge area, there came another announcement saying that there was another delay. So we were already having a little bit bad feeling, but we were trying to stay optimistic because, you know, when you pull through going to Paris during or short before Olympics, you're preparing yourself mentally for a little bit of chaos. Truth being told, it was not something that I expected already at the airport. Long story short, then it started to rain. We knew that at some point there was supposed to be a storm, so our flight got postponed so long that at some point the airport cancelled or like stopped the departures for all the airplanes. Again, same thing, we were still hopeful. I don't even know why, but probably because we were holding on the hope that it would somehow work. So I tried to make Leia asleep. It was too much light, too much happening, buzzing. I walked. At this point, we were already like 6 or 7 hours in the airport. And bear in mind, the flight is only 1 hour, 20 minutes. Yeah, as it was expectable, Leia did not sleep, was super annoyed, you know, like was acting up, smashing her hands on my face from the carrier. At that moment, when I'm trying to juggle between like, you know, running front and back, holding her hand, singing her a song, trying to put hand in front of her eye so that she gets, you know, a little bit of quietness, there came a message from Falco that our flight got annulled. The true horror started after that because we had to wait hours long to find even our luggage. Falco had to stand in the queue to sort of sort out the situation, what happens with our accommodation that's already booked, what happens with our flights, because obviously everything was, you know, booked out. To be frank, we don't even know now. And then, ridiculous enough, they closed the shelf. So we had to return after waiting this long. They just told us that we can put all the information online and get reimbursement, but let's see about that. I really needed yesterday to process this because I was so mad, so frustrated, so destroyed. Same applies for Leia and everyone else in the house. And now we're thinking if we just postpone this flight with 2-3 weeks. I wanted to do it with my mom so badly that I'm still trying to make it work during her time here. So keep all the fingers crossed. This would be something very special to be in Paris together with my mom and my daughter for the very first time. It's just like a little dream. I just quickly got ready, super basic outfit. This white t-shirt that I love so much because of this twist detail. And then I have shorts that are from Zara. And I have my Louis Vuitton bag because it's supposed to rain. So far we have really good weather outside, so I'm gonna make the best out of it and run to the crawling class before the rain hits. The light is so pretty in this room. It is another day. Baby is napping, that's why I'm speaking a little bit quiet. We are going to an outlet store 1 hour away from where we live, and apparently it's called Neumünster Outlet. Falco wants to buy some homeware goodies, and we are probably gonna see what brands they sell at all in terms of like clothwear. So very excited. Aber du gori ganz oba shopping istin.
Kargi Italian, kargi ganz oba guax.
How is the mood before shopping? Are you ready to buy some pens?
Am I allowed to curse?
No. It's another day. You guys, I don't know why I am so hopeful each time when we go out with Leia that I'm gonna be vlogging. But yesterday felt like almost as a total failure. We We had really a lot of fun whilst being in this outlet village. Luckily, the weather was on our side. The friends of ours were together with us, with the same age toddler as Leia. We're on a bad mood, let's say like that. Just to give you a little bit of glimpse, Leia managed somehow to kick my drink on the floor. I swiped the floor in a restaurant which was buzzing. You can imagine how full outlet villages can be because it's in the middle of nowhere. So didn't eat much and was complaining all the time. So I really forgot about taking camera in the hand and filming. Also, maybe the thing is that the shops were not that exciting for me. They had Versace, they had Armani, they had Birkenstock, they had Kate Spade. So sort of middle-ranged brands, labels that I'm not that interested into. Outlets of Tom Taylor and stuff like that are not, anyway, my cup of beer in terms of like clothwear. The only thing that I got excited about was the American Vintage shop. And this is the jeans skirt that I got. I am totally into the burgundy color, and this one looked very, very pretty somehow. It has A-line, so I like to wear such skirts with high heels. It could use some ironing, but don't judge me for it. Today in the morning I just pulled it out of the dryer. Very lovely, right? Anyhow, this is the only thing that I got yesterday. In terms of homeware, there were pretty good things, but because Leia was on a bad mood, we didn't manage to shop those either. So Falco was a little bit disappointed and then did online shopping in the evening. Typical for us, we always prefer to compare prices online and then somehow make the decisions easier while sitting on our couch comfortably. How are you, by the way? Are you more like a store shopping type of person or more online shopper? We didn't go out empty-handed anyway because my mom got me a few pieces that I'm gonna show you just now. She's just so sweet. Every time she visits, she buys something just to, you know, like keep it as a memory of her visit and of our hosting. And every time I use those items, I'm close to tearing up because it's something from my mom. What are you doing here, beautiful? This one is literally living upstairs. As long as Leia is awake, she doesn't even show herself. As long as she's happy, I'm happy too. It's been almost a week since I took the camera in hands. I know I'm really terrible at vlogging these days, and it is because my mom is here. I used to film when Leia was sleeping, either in the evening or during her nap times, but now she prepares meals, wants to pamper me, wants to talk to me in the evening. I just feel terrible taking laptop and sitting hours long on editing, especially with the crawling progress that I'm having on this channel. You know, it's really difficult to motivate yourself and neglect the most important person in your life next to you, who you miss almost entire year. So I guess you will understand. I'm still trying my best to upload a video once in 2 weeks. Now, about today, this is the outfit. I'm going on my very first Hydrafacial cleaning. I made an appointment a few weeks ago and I almost forgot it until 2 days ago when the reminder came. I don't know what to expect about it, to be frank, because I've only heard great things about the Hydrafacials, but you never really know with my skin, you know? It was same with the Vino Perfect serum, which I'm today not exactly sure if it's still breaking me out or not, but with my super duper complicated skin, I just don't know what I'm gonna react to. To be frank, I'm slightly scared that once that procedure is done, after a few days, I'm gonna have sort of purging and Reiki hard. So I'm mentally trying to prepare myself. If it doesn't happen, great. But, you know, don't want to be disappointed. Being out without a baby early morning, even if I have not eaten breakfast, is a bliss. Good morning, you guys. It is morning after the facial. Yesterday I had to run back home because Falco had to continue working. Mom duties were calling. There was some chaos with the public transportation going on in the city, so I didn't really get a moment to set up the camera somewhere and talk to you. You basically saw on the little snippets that I filmed that I looked very red. That was the moment when the cosmetologist applied all the acids to remove the impurities that skin cells. She was asking like, when did I do my facial last? Because apparently my pores were so clogged that she had to do an extra step of manual extracting. Usually you have like very rejuvenated and very hydrated skin after the Hydrafacial. Instead, I looked like all swollen and pumped up because she had to use needles to remove those very stubborn white heads. Now, as said, it was very first facial for me, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to be as harsh as it was on my skin. The redness and the pumping and the swelling is gone. Obviously, these are leftovers from last breakout. But now I have new spots over here. I should just hope that this is so superficial on the upper layer that it settles down. I have this Jean and Lynn eye patches that I wanted to use since long. I got them in the drugstore. Based on the name, they look like being a Scandinavian brand. And I love everything Scandinavian. We know that, right? I don't really have a lot of time, to be frank, because we have vaccination day for Leia today, and I've been running back and forth like crazy since morning because there were so many things to be done. Even my hair needs to be washed, but I did not have time. Back to the treatment topic. I was not really impressed with, state of art of the technology, not with the cosmetologist itself, but like the environment. So I think I'm gonna keep searching for a better clinic where I feel like that my needs are met, and also I'll have a reference, to compare how others do this treatment versus this first experience that I got. All in all, message for myself from this chaotic days that have followed up after the failed Paris trip is that you never really know how life unfolds in front of your nose. Even the next days that you feel like that you have planned out can turn out something completely different than you initially thought it to be. So I really tried to make best out of this few days. I took the time to go to the facial, even if it was not like 100 out of 100. It's a great starting point. I'm not disappointed and I'm not regretting that I did it. We went to the shopping mall. I bought a few bits and bobs that will commemorate the day and remind me of my mom and our trip there. And about Paris, who said that you should quit trying when something doesn't work out. So super short update on that. We already booked another flight and booked accommodation for later in August. We're pushing through and we're making this little dream of mine happen. So don't forget to chase your dreams. Also, if you made it up to here, don't forget to support this tiny channel. It doesn't cost you anything. You are anyway here watching this and enjoying this, hopefully. So press that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell not to miss the next uploads. I wish you a great day, and I'm gonna see you on my next one.